By the early 2020s, the United States men's national team had assembled a golden generation of talent. They had creative midfielders, lightning-fast wingers, and solid defenders playing for top European clubs. But looking at this starting 11, there is a glaring hole right in the center. They had everyone required to build an attack, except a person to finish it. The modern number 9 is a highly specialized role. A world-class striker doesn't just kick a ball. They run a continuous geometric calculation in their head. They evaluate defenders, map blind spots, and ruthlessly exploit any open path to the goal. The solution to the American problem actually began as an administrative glitch in the summer of 2001. A Nigerian immigrant living in London was visiting family in New York City. She was 7 months pregnant. When airline staff grounded her due to safety protocols, she was trapped in Brooklyn, where she gave birth to a boy named Folarin Balogun. 2 months later, the family flew back to the United Kingdom. Folarin would spend the next 2 decades immersed entirely in English culture. But locked in a drawer in his family home was a United States passport, a legal mechanism that would eventually allow him to bypass the traditional English international hierarchy. At age 8, Balogun entered Arsenal's Hale End Academy. The facility operates as a high-pressure filter, designed to refine thousands of prospects until only a handful of elite assets remain. This bar chart shows exactly how Folarin separated himself from the pack. Playing for the under-18s, he posted 25 goals in 19 games. He possessed the cold psychology of a natural-born penalty box killer, solving pitch angles faster than anyone his age. But the jump to the senior team is dictated by economics, not just talent. Arsenal had tens of millions of pounds invested in veteran strikers like Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Manager Mikel Arteta evaluated his roster and placed Folarin firmly on the bench. This is the psychological bottleneck of the modern academy system. You have the data to prove you can compete against adults, yet you are trapped in reserve matches, entirely blocked from the senior career you spent your childhood building. Folarin survived this by treating his career like a sequence on the pitch. When a defender blocks your path, you don't stand still and wait for them to move. You abandon your position and find open space. In January 2022, he abandoned the comfort of London for a loan spell in Middlesbrough. The English Championship is defined by freezing nights in North Yorkshire and cynical veteran defenders who look to physically break young academy prospects. He was played out of position and physically battered. Over 18 games, he managed just 3 goals. The local press quickly questioned his durability, suggesting he lacked the physical profile required for the professional game. That failure forced a harsh realization. Raw talent is useless in the wrong system. To dominate at the elite level, a striker needs a manager who understands their specific geometry and builds the tactical environment to support it. That summer, he took a massive risk. He transferred to Stade de Reims in France's Ligue 1, a highly physical league where he didn't speak a single word of the local language. There, he met manager Will Still, who looked at Folarin and saw a loaded weapon. Still instructed him to abandon the build-up play. His only job was to stay on the shoulder of the last defender and run. Folarin accumulated 21 goals, transforming into the Champagne assassin. To understand that scale, we compare his total directly to Kylian Mbappe. He was matching the output of the most expensive superstars in Europe. Monaco immediately paid 40 million euros to acquire him. Overnight, Folarin was a proven world-class asset. Because of the circumstances of his birth, he held 3 national passports, making him a critical piece of international leverage. 3 nations engaged in a tactical bidding war. England offered the prestige of his childhood home, but manager Gareth Southgate maintained a rigid hierarchy. Folarin would have been forced to wait at the back of a long queue behind established veterans like Harry Kane. Nigeria offered the cultural pull of his ancestry. Partnering him with Victor Osimhen would have created an explosive front line, but it required navigating the often unpredictable infrastructure of African international football. Then there was the United States. They didn't offer him a spot in a waiting line. They offered him the immediate, undisputed role as the finisher for a young, creative core that was only missing a single piece. Facing three distinct paths, Folarin operated like a striker. He stripped away the nostalgia, analyzed the leverage, and ruthlessly committed to the option that offered the clearest route to the starting lineup. In May 2023, he filed the paperwork. He rejected the comfort of the English system and formally embraced the Stars and Stripes. That calculated choice leads directly to June 13, 2026. The United States is playing its opening match of a home World Cup inside SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Deep into first-half stoppage time, a through ball splits the Paraguayan defense. Full shrugs off his marker and strikes a curling shot into the corner of the net, becoming the first American in 96 years to score multiple goals in a single World Cup match. By the time he celebrated that second goal, Balogun had proven that for a modern athlete, geography is just another variable to be calculated. He didn't wait for a path to open at Arsenal or England. He identified the gap in the American roster and executed the most important run of his career.